It's yet another beautiful evening. I believe you're enjoying it. Glory be to the Almighty God who has enabled you to see this day as well. This is Health Pot. Remember, this program is brought to you by Makerere University School of Public Health, together with Family TV. And this program looks specifically at early childhood development and maternal health. Therefore, you shouldn't miss any single episode. As long as it is a Friday, 7 p.m., think of nothing else apart from a health pot. Edrine Osteen Mukalazi is my name. And today we have Sister Kirikumwino Agnes from Mulago Women's Specialized Hospital. And she's going to take us through today's topic. Sister, you're most welcome to Health Pot.
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you so much. Good evening, viewers. As I've already been introduced, I'm a midwife working at Mulago Specialized Women and Neonatal Hospital, just Mulago up here, and I work in the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit as a senior midwife. I'm happy to be here on Family TV.
We are also glad that we have you today. So, to our viewers who have been following us, the previous weeks we looked at a topic of preterm babies, or what we'd call prematures in our common language. And of course, we've looked at how we can keep them warm. And today we want to look at how they feed, because like the Dr. Victoria told us that they don't do things that the term babies do. So even their feeding is a bit different. So don't have a preterm baby and feed this baby the way you'd have fed someone who has completed their term of delivery. So, sister, I think to start with, how do these babies feed?
Thank you very much, Edwin. These are premature babies. Yeah. As we've already heard before from previous speakers, Dr. Victoria Damari, about being prematures. Yeah. It means their feeding also comes with difficulties. Yes. They would wish to feed like sucking on the mother's breast, but we normally think that people should know how these babies feed. They can't feed enough, they can't suck on the breast just immediately like other babies, but what we want to emphasize that they should feed on breast milk.
And very many mothers think that when you say that they should feed on breast milk, they should now be put on the breasts to suckle.
Yeah, that's very important to note. They can be put on the breast, but according to the size. If it's a very small baby, like below 2 kilograms, however much you put on the breast to suck, baby can't suck enough. So what are we saying today? People who have given birth to premature babies, they should ensure that they know what to do. They should first of all deliver in a hospital, and if in the hospital, they should come to a technical person who can show them what to do. What we normally do, we have to teach these mothers to express that milk. You express the milk, you can use your hands, you can use a breast pump, you can use an electric one, you extract the milk, we measure a certain amount.
I think we start with extracting the milk.
Yes.
You've talked about the electrical pump, you've talked about all that. But what is the commonest our mother out there who cannot afford the other electric one can use?
It is hand expression. We show them how to express milk. They are hygienically clean, they have bathed, they have washed their hands, they have a prepared container. It could be a small cup, it could be a small bottle. They have it clean, they have a small bucket where they will keep it. Then she's told how to express milk using her hands.
Okay.
Yes.
Then you also talked about the quantities.
Yes, the quantities of milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to know how much, but we say express as much as you can extract. But when we are giving this baby, we measure according to their weight.
Isn't that wastage, sister?
No.
You express as much as you can and then you give them just a little.
So all of it will not be used at that time, but we can keep. We have a way we store it. If a mother is a lame mother like in the village, she could express, get off what she wants, keep the rest covered in a container for 4 to 6 hours. This milk will be good enough. If she has, like she's in Kampala and she has a fridge, she can keep it in the fridge. We can even freeze it up to even 6 months. So according to the what she can afford, but from the lowest mother, she can express for 4 to 6 hours. That milk is good enough. She will just get off what she wants, is what she will give that baby at that time.
You also said that she can express as much as she can, but then the baby doesn't take all of it. How much should the baby take?
So according to the weight and according to the days of life, we keep measuring a certain amount that this baby, according to the weight, can take. Like we can start with 10 mils per kilogram of that baby. So when we calculate, that's why as the medics, we have to have some mathematics. We calculate some amount of milk. We don't just give. This is a small tummy. We need to introduce less as we keep on adjusting the volume. So every day we increase as we decrease according to how the baby is digesting.
Now I'm looking at a mother who is out there. Maybe she cannot frequent the hospital, but she has to feed this baby. Probably where she is, there is no facility that can help her out. How can she calculate the volume of milk that she's supposed to feed the baby on?
So unless she has delivered in a village and she didn't go to get that expertise from the hospital, but within the hospital we normally teach them what to do. We teach them, and by the time we discharge them, she has known how to increase, decrease, add on and reduce, unless she's in the village. That's why I've said if you've given birth in the village, please come and get a technical person to show you how you increase and decrease, how to give this milk.
Some mothers are stubborn. Yes, they told them, but sometimes maybe they forget, or maybe the frustrations and a lot of issues can make them forget. Can we remind them just briefly?
So not really stubborn or forgetting. What happens? Delivering a premature baby is a stressful event. Whether educated or not educated, these moms go through a lot of stress. So we are first of all calling upon support from the rest of the family members. We get somebody to remind her. We got a supporter, but what we are saying that every day, if we start with like 2 mils of milk that we give this baby, every other day you increase by one mil. So she will get to know that every day I increase by 1 mil more. If I started with 2, tomorrow 3, next day 4, 5, like that, gradually increasing, so that we don't.
Do you also teach them how to calculate the meals? Because I look at a mother using an ordinary cup which has no measurements.
We normally request that they get, because even the cups in Chikubo that are sold, they have meals on them, as if they knew that we shall deliver preterm. So we encourage them to buy one that has measurements 5, 2, 3, like up to 30.
Okay.
So at least we encourage her that she buys that one that has marks, has meals, so that she knows how much. And also give them syringes, so they will know that 2 meals end here, like that.
So in other words, a mother can also calculate the meals using a syringe.
Yes.
So what about the interval? How often should this mother feed this baby?
Sure. Also the interval, we normally encourage them that every 2 hours she has to get this baby feed some milk. So we calculate amounts that can be given. So every 2 hours she knows this baby has to wake up and take. Even when the baby has not woken up, she has to make sure that she gets this baby to feed. And when she's feeding, the baby should be alert. Yes.
So we've talked about breast milk. What else should this baby feed on? Or they should specifically feed on breast milk?
At all costs, keeping everything constant. Breast milk is the best. It is the simplest. It's what can be digested as quickly and very easily as possible. And comparing, this is a premature. The stomach is small, the intestines are small to digest. We encourage that these mothers take in enough fluid so that they have breast milk. Yes.
Sister, we have issues of mothers who sometimes give their children water with glucose. Some others feed them on powdered milk and others other supplements. What do you have to say about that?
Easy things also come with difficult issues. Taking things easy, this is a premature who is having other issues of digestion, of breathing, of what. So we are requesting mothers should at almost times give only breast milk. But inevitably, like with stress and other things, if all fail, then she should be guided on which type of formula milk to give, but putting in mind that it has other issues that it will come with, like constipation and other things.
Maybe to remind, since we are emphasizing that mothers should feed their babies on breast milk, can you to remind the mothers, because our speakers talked about this earlier, but we should remind them what are the nutrients in the breast milk that a child gets when they take this milk?
So, as they say, breast milk is the best, really is the best. It was composed naturally, having all the minerals, the calcium, the vitamins, the zinc, the iron, so better than any other type of milk. And the other thing, it has even antibodies that protect these babies from infection. So why should we go to get infection from formula instead of using breast milk?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. And then, okay, because my interest, very many mothers today don't want to breastfeed. Why is it that you're emphasizing breast milk, much as you've talked about the nutrients, you've talked about all this, but why is it that emphasis is drawn much on breast milk? Because I also look at a mother who is working. Yes, they have a premature, but they also need the money. They need to work. And they will leave this baby at home. So I also look at such a mother. What does she need to know about this breast milk?
So the working mothers, we've delivered a premature. We normally encourage them of the expression I had earlier talked about, expressing this milk and you can keep it. And we said keeping it at room temperature takes 4 to 6 hours. But if you keep it in the fridge, it can take even up to 24 hours. But what you do is you express, label these containers, first container, second, third, such that you will know that the first container will be given to the baby first as you consecutively finish up the containers. And if I'm working, I will do that by 6 I'm up. I've already expressed my containers are there. Express this milk so that this person helping me knows what to do. And like 3 weeks before you go back to work, ensure that you show this help of yours what to do. So she can express this milk. She's even able to get an electrical pump or a pump that she can use to express. And when you do it with love, because breast milk will save you from other issues of diarrhea, cough, frequenting hospitals, because it has it all. Yes.
Sister, let us go for a short commercial break, and then when we come back, we are continuing with breastfeeding preterm babies.
As you think about the Lord just taking over your case and you're no longer in the midst of it, and he says, fear not.
Demons from the mountains, scream and leave.
In the name of
Demons
the Lord.
from the graves, scream and leave in the name of Jesus.
Welcome back from the commercial break. This is Health Pot, exclusively on Family TV. Remember, this program is brought to you by Makerere School of Public Health in the College of Health Sciences. This program specifically looks at maternal health and early childhood development. What we are talking about today is early childhood development. We are looking at the care you can give to a preterm baby. And we have Sister Kirikumwino Agnes, and she's taking us through feeding a preterm baby. Yes, much as this baby is preterm, but they also have a right to feed, and they can be fed. So, sister, before we went for a commercial break, you are taking us through how a mother can, especially a working mother, can excrete the breast milk, and then how they can leave it at home. Maybe for the maids to take on. Then let us talk about the hygiene, because you talked about syringes that you give these mothers they can use while feeding these babies, and then the containers. Let us talk about the hygiene. How can they be kept when they are at a required hygiene?
Thank you, Edwin. That's very important. Hygiene, very important, paramount. First of all, this working mother should ensure that her helper is able to bathe, can wash hands. She has covered containers where these things are kept. She could have separate buckets, used containers, clean containers, where she has kept the milk.
I think we generally look at all mothers, not only working mothers.
Yes.
All mothers, whether you're working or not, whether you have time to take care of your child or not.
Exactly. Every mother who has a premature should keep hygiene. What we normally tell them, have different containers where you're keeping, used containers, the ones that are clean, and ensure all the time washing hands. I think even the COVID era has increased the washing technique. People wash hands, so wash hands, keep things clean. Any milk that has remained, ensure that she pours it off so that she doesn't keep mixing. And we request that mothers come back and wash these containers themselves. Sit on your stool, ensure that you clean them apart. Put them apart, clean them, take time and really clean them, rinse them, and keep them in boiled water. They will be clean for the next use.
Some mothers think, after all, I pay this maid to do all this work, so they are sure, they have full confidence that the maids do the work very well.
There is no confidence that you should put on somebody who has not given birth to your small baby. Ensure that you do the work yourself. However much you're tired, sit down on a stool, as I've said, wash these containers, keep them clean. What
are those special precautions that can be taken while washing these containers that people may not know?
You should have like 4 containers. You have soapy water, you have like twice clean water, then you have, so the first place you're cleaning things apart, you dismantle them, clean them one by one, so that you, like you're washing plates, then rinse them twice. Then the last bucket is where you have boiled water, where you keep them covered, like you're trying to sterilize them, if you don't have a real sterilizer.
And it is not so common in very many homes.
It's not common. That's why I've said boil water at boiling point, then you immerse them, cover them, they will be clean enough for the next use.
So as long as they're in that water, a mother will just pick the container, use it. Okay. Yeah. Then what other practices can a mother ensure taking care of a preterm baby?
Yeah, what I want to emphasize on a mother with a preterm baby, however much you try to put this baby on the breast, most of them think that putting on the breast, baby will suck and get enough. We are saying their muscles of the cheeks are too small, they can't grab and get enough breast milk. So she should ensure that she has a mechanism of giving more by expressing to top up. And the more she tires this baby on the breast, baby will not gain weight.
At that very point, when should a mother know that this baby is now satisfied or they are not satisfied?
A satisfied baby should suck, and you hear the baby sucking, like audible swallowing, and should take like 15 to 30 minutes sucking. But if a baby takes like 5 minutes, that's just sort of trying to learn, has not yet got that rhythm of sucking enough. So a mother shouldn't get excited. 3 minutes and the baby is off because the baby was trying to lick on the breast.
Today's mothers who don't want to breastfeed think they are relieved and even appreciate the babies.
No, they appreciate that this baby is a good baby who sleeps over time. Know that you're starving the baby and the brain is not growing. Ensure that you feed this baby every 2 hours. Ensure the baby sucks 15 to 30 minutes. Baby is able to sleep over 2 hours without waking up. That's a satisfied baby.
Which other practice besides that?
Which other practice? They should eat well. Not eating the snacks, but they should eat a full plate. What do I mean? It has vitamins, it has proteins, it has carbohydrates. So a full plate is not hile, but it has the proteins, it has the
When you talk about a full plate, Jonah thinks you're now encouraging mothers to eat more.
No. It has proteins, it has part of vitamins, it has the carbohydrate, it has water, it has everything. It is encircled with all those multinutrients that can help the mother have a good, nutritious breast milk supply.
I think you can also help us break down a few foods that have these nutrients. Yeah, so that a mother can now go to the market knowing that when I buy this, it contains this. When I buy this, it contains this nutrient.
Okay, like what we encourage the breastfeeding mother, she should take in plenty of all fruits, but the other food that she should eat, those that contain protein, we have like beans, we have the fish, like I'm maintaining soya bean, what she can, even mukene. Mukene, by the way, has more, the silver fish has more proteins than any other type. So if she can get, so those
and
are proteins.
Some people call it envasabav.
No. Then the bagaga should take it because it has even more natural proteins.
Okay.
Then we have the carbohydrates, could be rice, posho, matoke, that's all carbohydrate, like energy giving foods. Then we have the vitamins. These days mangoes are on the street, so buy mangoes. Then you take them, then the vitamins, but like a breastfeeding mother should take in more fruits minus alcohol. Yeah, because when you take
fluids and you don't specify.
No alcohol, because alcohol will affect the breast milk and the baby might take it direct, but like water, juice, soup, anything that is fruit, the more she takes, the more breast milk supply that she will have.
What do you mean by soup?
Soup, like soup from the sauce that we take. So she can even get like a bowl and they give her soup to take. Bean soup, any vegetable soup that she takes, that is water she's taking in the body to increase her milk supply. That's why long ago they were saying when you eat intula, you eat sim because it has more water. The offals, they have more water. There was no essence, but it has more fluid. That's why these nakaweres.
But that is why they are saying nakaweres should eat yebienda.
Yes, because it has more fluid. Yes.
So, sister, so one of the things we encourage people in this particular program is to do what we call community upbringing, but it starts with the home. And what role does a husband have? We start with the husbands before we go to the other community members. What role does a husband have in all this process of feeding this baby?
Yeah, of bringing up a premature.
Yes.
Dear husbands, you have a big role to play. First of all, social, psychological support to this mom who has given birth to a premature. The more you're near her, the more breast milk will be there, the more she will feel supported. So men should come in to help, even help with some house chores. You can do other things. Bring for her the containers for feeding. Sit and feed the baby. Do some kangaroo that I talked about last week. It will help this mother feel comfortable and see that you've supported. Even just a mere carrying the baby, but what we need them, financial support, physical support. Just touching the mother as she's expressing milk, she will feel you're part of this job. Like your partner in crying. Yes.
But of course you are.
Yes.
Because
yes.
Where we emphasize husbands take part in the upbringing of the child, sometimes we realize we leave this responsibility to the mothers, and now in such a situation when they need our help, that is where we hide and say, it is your responsibility. And then what about other community members? When should a mother-in-law come in? When should a maid come in? When should a sister-in-law come in?
So like caring for premature is everyone who's concerned, and most of the community members think that having a premature is a curse.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we should tell you that these are just born too soon, but they are the next speakers of parliament, if I should say. So we shouldn't take them. They have a right to live. They deserve everything that
and
they
it is
can
not
live.
their fault that they came before
they're just
time.
born too soon,
Yeah.
but with your support and good care, they have come up too sharp. And by 6 months, they have already become like other babies, whereby in class, if you could look around, all the prematures are becoming engineers, doctors, because they were supported for their brains to grow. Yes.
So, in other words, mothers-in-law should not curse.
No.
Should not curse them. They should
They
encourage
should
the
just
mothers.
come in and be happy that this is part of our family, and come in to support this mother who has given birth. Yes.
Sister, as we wind up today's show, what message do you have for preterm mothers out there who might feel depressed, frustrated, they don't understand what is going on, they don't see, they no longer see any meaning of life with these babies, they are always sickly, they are such a life.
These prematures, by the way, are not sickly, but what I call out there to the community, any mother who has given birth to a premature should first of all count herself that she's lucky to give birth. Some are looking for children. And this premature is just born too soon, but has a right to live, and with good care, timely feeding, keeping warm, keeping hygiene, following up in hospital, these babies can really grow. They just need a support of technical and family support and community. They grow, and they grow very fast to very brilliant and strong men and women.
Wow, wow, wow. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching today's show. Thank you so much for watching Family TV. It is because of such issues that Makerere University School of Public Health came up with such a development, and credit goes to Family TV for having provided this platform so that we can learn. I believe mothers out there are learning. Yes, feedback comes in and we are excited that you're learning. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for accepting to learn. Edrine Osteen Mukalazi is my name. I've worked with Jonah Jal, the producer. I've worked with Tony Santo on social media, together with Brenda T. Jakira. And I've also worked with Bantam in transmission. But, of course, on the top management, we have Mr. Mwesije Amos, our executive director, and Makerere University School of Public Health. Good night. God bless you.